Ever wanted to make your own Megadrive music, or Genesis for my American friends? Today we're breaking down how to write some level music using the Sonic 3 and Knuckles SoundFont. So get comfortable, relax, drop me a like as it really helps support the channel, and let's get into it. Okay, I've loaded up some Sonic the Hedgehog sounds. These sound a bit like this. Yep. Oh, that's going to be a high one. Yeah, they all sound pretty good. But I'm going to start with a bass. Right, let's have a listen to that. Nice little intro, just octaves on C, and then I've just put some drums down, which is just the, let's get the right thing up, shall we? So the drums are just literally bass drum and snare drum, and they sound proper old school. Okay, cool. Right, let's go and put down something else. Okay, I was just trying out some melody there, so we have got this. And then let's loop that around and add something the second time. So what I've done is doubled it up with this sound here. As you can hear, I've put a bit of delay on that, and then all together. Cool. And as you can hear at the end, I just put a little run up, so that is just adding a few notes, which is going D, E flat, F, and what's that? That will be an A flat. So we're in C minor here, and I've just brought in a new sound here, which is just to lead it in. All right, and let's make a new section. Bass line. Just literally going down the scale and then doing this little run at the end, which goes like this. Cool. And let's just go and put a melody on top of that, or maybe some chords actually. Cool. And let's go and put a melody on top of that. So I've just put down a melody and it's going to sound like this. And let's just have a quick look at that. I think that sounds a bit weedy by itself, so let's go and layer that up. Just a quick interjection, if I could just ask you to give me a thumbs up, that would really help. And if you like this sort of content, then please get subscribed. Let's get back to the video. Sounds a bit fuller now, doesn't it? And we're probably going to want to do that twice, so let's go and put that all together. Right, I have just copied and pasted it over, and we're just adding something different the second time. I just had this idea, so I'm going to chuck that one over there. Right, so back to the intro. As you can hear, I just added one part just to vary up the second time round, which is this. If I was going to spend longer on this, I would tidy up those echoes on it, as it is kind of clashing, but together it doesn't sound too bad. Right, this was an idea for an intro, so actually let's have a listen to this. As you can see there, I was just playing a bit of piano, and all I have done is put the tempo down. So that's getting slower towards the end. And then back up to full tempo at the end. Alright, I think it's time to make a new section just to finish this piece off. I've just done a little bass line. Very simple, just doing the C. So on the bass, I'm just doing C, and then this little counter line, C, G, B flat, A flat, and then I think we're going to add something more to that. Right, I've just added a new little line on the square sound that we were using before. And this is just doing something, I think what it's like from Final Fantasy VI, where we're just going down chromatically. And in context, it sounds like this. So I've just layered that line up with the steel guitar sound. Cut out the last chord, well, not cut it out, just shortened it, and then this vibraphone just comes in the end for a little fill, and that's just going down the scale from B flat, and then that should, let's see if it loops around nicely. I think that loops pretty nicely. When you are doing this, you might go, well, if we've added this intro, we might want to avoid looping back around to that. So what you can do is bounce out two versions of the song. So one that would play first in the game, which starts with the intro and has this little bit of bass there. And then you could do a second bounce down, which just starts from there. So in your game engine, you would just play it once through, and then from every time after that, you would just loop the second version of it, which would start from this loop point here. Right, I think that's good. Okay, any questions? If you've got any requests for any other pieces of music you would like me to break down for you, or if you want me just to make something on the spot, let me know. Get subscribed, and I will see you in the next one.